Hello everyone, Argsy here. Welcome back to Spectacle Island. We've got the mowers here ready to go. We're going to head down into our big new field over by the sawmill, the one we spent all that time clearing out last time. So plan is, for today, we're going to head down and get that mowed, and then we're going to hopefully have a worker here to help us out. And then we're going to take a few trips down to the store. I want to get rid of this tedder. We've got enough money we can actually spend. If we can spend, I don't know, 37 grand on an upgraded tedder, an upgraded windrower to just make the jobs a little bit quicker. And then the other thing I'm planning on getting is a round baler and a bale wrapper. I figured that might actually be the more efficient way to do bales. I know it'll take a little bit longer than the pickup wagon, the loading wagon we've got there, but we then don't have to compact the silage pit and wait for it to ferment, and when it comes time to making a TMR mix when we have cows or to sell the silage, we can just load the bales up onto a trailer instead of having to deal with the silage pit. So I think if we can spend maybe, I don't know, $37,000, leaving us 100 grand still before we get the cows, if we can go and spend that, that might be a very good option. So I'm going to head here in the little fence, and we're going to go over and make a start with the mowing. So here we are in our rather large new field. Now I'm just going to try and mow this one little tree here out of the way, or shrub, or whatever you want to call it, bush. Just get rid of that, see if we can get it out of there. There we go. Right, that'll make it a little bit clearer where we are. Yeah, that turned on and lowered down and get straight into mowing this. Like I said, and like we looked at last time, this field has ended up being much larger, much bigger, much more intense than I had expected or had anticipated. So that's a good thing. I'm not going to say it is a bad thing. We'll certainly have a good opportunity to make a decent amount of money off it. Now, interestingly, just looking there, I probably should have cut down those two little trees and just squared that edge off, but that might be an option to expand it again in the future. Now, I just say about buying a round baler and a wrapper. Those have looked, I've done some research, and they are cheaper than getting a square bale wrapper. I think we can probably buy a round baler and a wrapper for less than the cost of a wrapper for the square bales. So that's the reason we're thinking of doing that. I'm going to keep the square baler. I still think there is some value on that for doing the other baling, the hay and the straw. They are easy to handle, easy to stack, or at least I find they are. So we will keep hold of that for now. It's not an expensive baler either, so there's no point in getting rid of it. But I'm just going to carry on here. We will put this onto a little bit of a time lapse mowing the field and get this done. And then hopefully by the time we get back down to the yard, our worker will be here and we'll be able to run those old bits of kit down to the shop, get them sold, and pick up some new bits of equipment. Well, that didn't take too long at all. I love this mower setup. It is so efficient and affordable. Gets things done nice and quickly and pretty low cost. So I think if we ever upgrade tractors, and I've talked about it before, we'll be keeping this just as a mower tractor because it is just so helpful. But there we go, all finished in here. So we'll get both those mowers turned off and lifted up. Head back down to the yard, get them unhooked, get everything else hooked up to the other tractors, and hopefully have a helper there to go and head down to the shop. Just getting back here to the yard. Now, one thing I neglected to comment on when we were down here before is our corn is also all ready to harvest. So we are going to have some very busy time coming up because obviously we want to get all this hay and silage done. We've got the corn to do, we've got fertilising to do, and we want to plough up some more fields. So, fortunately, we have a helper here today. So let's just get parked here, get this all unhooked, and go and see who is here to give us a hand on the island. And today I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to Runnerside. Now Runnerside commented on my previous episode saying, great episode, that'll really do some wonders for the farm. I volunteer as tribute for the grass and cow work. I do it every day on my own farm, but maybe it'll be fun to come do it for someone else. So, who better to have here than Runner? So welcome along, Runner. Nice to have you here. I was just saying to everyone watching that we're going to jump in the tractors and head on down to the store. We've got some shopping to do. So, good day to be here. You've got to come and help me spend some money. So, if you want to take the little fent down, pick up the tedder, and we'll grab the windrower on the back of the doits, and we'll make our way down to the shop. And there's Runner, he is off. We've just helped him get that all hooked up. So we'll head over here, grab the doits out of the shed, and go and pick up the windrower. Now we should beat him down there. This tractor's a little bit slower, which will give us the chance to get down there and figure out exactly which equipment we're going to buy. There's a few options we're going to look at. I'm not going to go through them all with you because that would be exhaustive and take up the majority of the episode. But we'll get down there and have a look and get things purchased. Alright, so here we are down at the shop. Now I do know, I'm pretty sure, we need to back into here to be able to sell our equipment. So we'll put the windrower in here and see how many dollars we get for it. I don't think it's going to be in the thousands, it's probably going to be in the hundreds for this one. But let's just put that there. We'll get out of the way so we don't inadvertently sell our tractor. Let's go and see what we get for that, and then we'll deal with the tedder when it gets back here as well. Oh, $1,495. It's more than I thought. We'll repair that for 11, and it added 14, so it was worth repairing for those extra $3. There we go. We'll sell that, get rid of it, and it's gone. So we'll move the tractor out of the way because when Runner gets down here, we will want to sell the tedder in there as well. He is not too far. In fact, I can just see him sneaking through the window there, so he's not too far away at all. We'll leave that parked there and let him get in, and we'll go and get our purchases sorted out. Okay, so first up we are going to look at our tedders. We're going to go through this in a little bit of an order. Now we've got a couple here, modded versions of the Pottingers, the HIT models. We've got the 4.7 meter for $5.5 grand, or the 6.8 meter for $8.5 grand. So I think we might look at this. This would be a quarter or so of what we want to spend, of the $35,000 or so. Now, I don't think we need to change too much out of this. No, we don't need that, I don't think. PTO's fine. Everything there looks like it's all we need to do. So we're just going to buy that as is. Although we've added, there we go, we don't want the spreader control. We added $1,000 with that. So we'll just get this one purchased first, and then we'll go and have a look at the windrower. And then looking at our windrowers, we've actually got a couple of good options here. 6 meters here, or 6.5 meters for these two. But look at the price here, $1,300. We could go up to get a little bit wider, 9 meters or 7 meters there with those two, but the price jump is quite a lot. So I think that is probably going to be a pretty good option. And obviously the beauty of this is it will do a center windrow. These will fold down, and we don't have the offset like we did, where it only pushes it to one side. So which color do we like? I think we like red the most. We'll get that one bought as well. And then just scrolling through the balers, we may as well get this bought now, so it's all ready to go. We've got a few options again for the round balers and wrappers. These two Sipma wrappers here, we could get the Sipma bales and the Sipma wrapper, but what we're actually going to go for is this metal bash. Don't know how to pronounce that correctly, probably butchered it, but this is a very nice looking mod off the Mod Hub. Lots of different configurations. We're going to go for the newest one, and I quite like it in the darker black. PTO can stay the same. We're going to go for manual twine. Wheel setup, stay with the new rim because it's new. And details, well, we put a triangle on the back there. It doesn't cost us anything else. What can we do on the rim color? White or steel. So we'll just stay with the white there by default. So that is a very, very nice baler for $10,000. Buy that one there. And then finally, looking at our options for wrappers. So they're all about the same price. The Sipma wrapper there, $8,200, and the Ursus or War Farmer one there, both $8,200 as well. I think there might have been one more back here. a couple of lizard options here, the used or the new version of the 991. So we could get this for 7 grand, but I think we might go down here with the Sipma. I quite like the look of this one. They're not too much different between all of them. This one's pretty simple, no options other than the foil colour or the rim colour. Always like having the green, so I think that might be the one we'll look at going for. Just double check. And there we go, we've bought it. So that is us all sorted for less than $30,000, I think. The only other thing we might want to look at getting at some stage would be a different grab for the front loader, whether we go for something like the bale handler grab here or the roll type bale fork, something that we can grab the wrapped bales with rather than using the fork. So I'm sure there'll be a CSZ option for it as well. If we go through all of those, and there we go, the wrapped bale handler. So a few different options there we might have to look at, but for now, let's just worry about getting everything else back down to the store, back down to the farm from the store, and make a start on some tedding and windrowing. Before that though, we better get this sold, so we'll just get things disconnected here for runner. There we go, and let's go and see how much we might make off this. I think this might be in the hundreds. There you go, $781. A little bit more again than I thought, which is nice. A couple of grand off that bit of equipment. Alright, let's go and get up onto the boat and get some things back to the farm. So we're getting hooked up here to the tedder. We've put the windrower on the back of the fence with runner. The reason for that is we're only going to ted one field, so I figured if I can go down and ted first, then we'll keep the windrower here on this tractor. It could run both. The horsepower requirements is not very high on either of these. But it means we can leave runner to do the windrowing in the field we're going to do the silage bales in, and I can come back down here and grab the round baler and we can make a start on that. So without further ado, let us make our way back down. We'll head down first and runner can follow us. As I was driving down here, I was trying to figure out which field we would make the hay in, and I figured we'd do this one. Not sure why this one over the other one, just we were driving this way and kept going. So we'll get in here and start making some hay. Now, before we do that, I am just going to very quickly run around and record a course on the edge of the field, just so we have course play and are able to set up runner so he can follow along behind us. So I'll get that done, then we'll come back and make a start on the tedding. Alright, we've got that sorted. Let's make a start here. Whoops, we're already lowered down. Now, hopefully by the time we've made a headland pass around the field, then runner will be here and we'll be able to get him set up and going. I think, I can't actually remember which width was which, but I think it'd be wise to have the tedder around the field at least once before he starts going on the windrowing. Now, I don't know how that windrow works, whether it lifts on ends or what it does, so it'll be interesting to see how courseplay handles that, hopefully without making too much of a mess. So we'll just carry on here, we'll get around the field once and we'll get runner set up and get him started windrowing as well. And there he is, all ready, waiting to go, just like we'd planned, so that is perfect. One lap done and we're able to get the windrower up and going. So we'll just move out of the way a little bit here, make sure there's enough space for him to make a start, and we'll get this up and going. Alright, and there we go, we are off. Now, I'm just trying to see there, it looks like he is just a little bit narrower than what we're spreading, which is good. Means he won't catch up too quickly, but we do need to concentrate on this a little bit because we don't have GPS. It's something I would like to get added into these tractors, or at least into this one. It's probably be a little bit hard to put into the fence, but hopefully, we'll wait and see, but hopefully that's all going to run pretty nicely. It seems to be doing a decent job so far, unlike me, missing bits here and there. So let's just carry on. Again, I think we'll time lapse this. It is just easier to do it with time lapse than it is to try and do a montage of this. So we'll get this one all done and see you when we're finished. Alright, job done. That was very, very speedy, very efficient. And Runner's doing a great job as well. He is lifting up at the end of rows, which means when he turns, we're not getting too many weird little bits. You can see a little bit there's piling up, but it's not too bad. What I might do though, because of the way I recorded the course on the edge, you can see there's a little bit of grass just over the edge we haven't managed to pick up. So once he's finished down here, I might just run around on the outside myself just to try and pick up those last little pieces. But for now, we are going to head back down to the yard. We'll drop off the teddy here, and then we will head down to the shop and go and pick up that round baler. Now, like I said earlier, we will do squares here for the hay rather than doing the rounds. The rounds is just going to be for the silage, but we'll go and pick up the baler now anyhow, and we'll get back down here, and by then there's a good chance Runner might have managed to winder up the grass field anyhow, and we'll be able to make a start straight into the round silage bales. So we're back. We've got the baler here, as you can see. We did have to buy some twine while we were down there. I didn't know how much it took. It only took 2 rolls and we bought a box of 48. That's alright. Not to bother. Now, let's have a look here. It looks like Runner has made a decent start. Now, we obviously set him up on the courseplay course here to get going. We can't do islands, so we're going to have a little bit of a problem when he gets to those trees. So we're just going to have to keep an eye on that in a little while, but let's hook things up here. Refill the molasses first. Do I actually need the molasses for this one? Interesting. Well, that's a little bit frustrating, isn't it? Okay, we'll go and I guess we'll have to head down and get some molasses and make our way back. I'm just trying to think now if we can do it in an efficient way where we can bring back the wrapper at the same time. I wonder if we take the wheel loader down with the forks on the front, we can go and pick up some molasses, pick up the wrapper, and get back here. So I think that might be the best way to do it, actually. We'll go and give that a try. So a little bit of a change. We sent Runner down with the loader to pick everything up because we thought we were going to have too many issues with these trees, which it certainly would have proved to. Courseplay did not like them. So we are just going to carry on here, get the last little bit of this grass all rode up, and we'll be ready to get into the baling. Now, what I might do is once Runner is back with that wrapper as well, we might see if we can try and use the courseplay bale wrapping course and get him to do the bale wrapping while we run around baling. So that'll be interesting to see if we can get it to work or not. I have used it. It's been a wee while though, so it might be a little bit rusty in getting the settings up and going, but he shouldn't be too far away from getting back. I thought we'd probably be able to get this field pretty much done in the time it took him to get down to the store and back. So hopefully we'll see him arriving very soon. And then we are all done. Didn't take too long at all. I reckon the other field's bigger. This one doesn't feel quite as big as where we were. Looks like Runner is back over there as well, which is good timing. We'll just have to have a look and see what he has come back with. Block the path though, so we're just going to have to leave the fence. In fact, we need to take this windrow off. I need more space. We are running out very quickly of storage space. Down at the shed and even down here. But I think we might just back this in here and park it next to the shed. Make our hay equipment can come down here. Maybe we could bring some of the other bits and pieces down here at some stage. But let's get that all unhooked. We'll take this back over here and get it hooked up to the wrapper. Alright, so we've got these 30 litre pails of molasses. So we'll just put a couple of them there. Ryder's helped us bring one of them over. We'll just have a hop in here. Now I think if we open that, I'm not actually sure how we fill this with molasses. It might have to be turned on, do we? No, we have to figure it out. Is there a turn on baler, open bale door? It's net door. Let's have a look. No. Try and figure out how we get molasses into this. Alright, we managed to get some in. I think there must be a trigger for it right at the very front of the pickup. So we'll just try and grab that one. Right in the front here, and it gave us an option when we were in the tractor. Refill. There we go. That's filled it up too. So we are full from that. So we only needed 2 of the 3. That's right. We'll need the rest of it at some stage, no doubt. Just like we need the rest of the bale twine. So we'll just plop that down there for now. We'll get this unhooked. Here we are. Get the wheel loader out of the way, and then we'll be able to make a start with this. Well, I was just trying to set up the wrapper course, and that is not going to work, unfortunately, because it needs a field definition edge, and we don't have that, and I haven't been able to save it. So even though we've scanned a field edge, it doesn't recognize it as a field. So it's not going to be able to work to define which field we're picking up the bales in, which is a bit of a shame. So I guess it's just going to leave us to have to carry on here. So what we might do, we might disconnect this here. We'll get a runner to head on up to the field up by the road, field number 4, and might as well get some fertiliser applied to that while we make a start on the baling. Alright, we've got runner underway. He is fertilising, so let's get in here and test this baler out. Looking forward to trying this. Lift twine boxes first. Crikey noodle, there is all sorts of things I need to do with this. What do we need to do to lift twine boxes? Is it that one? There we go. Had to close the cover. Not that we could actually see anything happening, but that is what we had to do. So, let's get in here and start running around, get some grass into the baler, see how many bales we can get off this field. I don't think it's going to be a huge amount. What are we? Oh, we're 50% full already, so might not be too bad. Making bales less than 4,000 litres though. What are these going to be? 3,000 litre bales. They are indeed. I hope the wrapper works with them. In fact, you know what, before we go any further, I'm going to test the wrapper, because I would be pretty disappointed if that wrapper's not going to work. So let's get things unhooked here, and we will go and grab the wrapper, come and make sure we can get that bale wrapped. Alright, let's test this. We'll get this unfolded. Let's see if it is going to pick up on the bale wrapper or not. It does. Actually changes it there, which is interesting. Changed it from the texture it was to the texture here. Puts the net texture on it, I think, rather than a twine texture. But that's alright. It is wrapping it, and that is the main thing I was worried about. So we'll get this turned around. In fact, we'll, without running into the baler, we'll take this back up out of the field and unload this one. And there we go, first wrapped bale. I think if we just discharge that there, remember which button it is, there we go. Now the beauty of these, I do like, is they put them on their flat, so they're not going to roll away. Where's my worry with round bales? There we are, that's working perfectly. So let's carry on getting these bales made. Alright, back and away. So we'll crack into this, we'll time lapse again, getting this field done, and we'll see where we're up to at the end of it, how we're going for time, and whether we carry on with the other field or wrap things up when we're done. So let's keep going. No, I think that one's gone. It's long gone. Oh well, that one rolled a long way. Funny the one next to it didn't. Anyhow, nothing we can do about that. We'll just have to be mindful that we don't let them roll off again. So let's carry on. We'll get this field finished. Well, this baler keeps us on our toes, doesn't it? Out of molasses as well already. We're going to have to get runner to head down and grab some more. I thought we would have had more than enough, but apparently we didn't. So something else to worry about, having to manage the molasses here in the baler. Anyhow, we said farming was easy. Oh, we've just got this small little piece here to do, and we are out of molasses once more. So that is a tad frustrating, but a learning curve for me. I think we lost another bale. I think we ended up with 2 going in the ocean. So we're going to have to put a bit of a warning out to the shipping lanes to keep an eye out for some grass bales floating around in there. But I think Runner's pretty much finished that fertilising, so we'll get him to come down and grab the wheel loader, and he can head on down to the store and pick up a big drum of molasses. Stop mucking around with these little 30 litre containers if we are going to need them to fill it up quite so often. But when he's away, while he's doing that, we will carry on here with the wrapping and get all these bales picked up and wrapped so that they are on their sides and not going to run away any further than they already have. Alright, we'll carry on with getting these bales all wrapped. Carry on with another little time lapse. It's like Argsy of old, lots and lots of time lapsing, but it's a good way to see all of this being done and to get this all finished off. So we'll catch up with you again very soon. Not too many bales to do. Alright, very last bale here. Now I have heard from Runner, he is not too far away at all. We'll get that last little bit of grass picked up and that'll be a good place I think to wrap up today's episode. We'll just get this all unfolded, or folded up in fact, because we need to disconnect it. So press that button there, we can hop off and get this all disconnected and we'll hook back up to the baler. Alright, there we go, we've got the molasses topped up again. Runner has come to the rescue. That's a much better supply of molasses. That should last us a bit longer. I'm going to be intrigued though, whether we're going to need to use it for the hay or not. I'm not too sure. But anyhow, let us carry on. We're almost at a bale time too. But we'll go and get this last little bit done and that'll be us all finished for the day. Almost the perfect amount of grass for one last bale. We should be able to pick up a few scraps here and there. We only need 80 litres, so we'll be able to get one more bale out of here, which will be very nice. How many have we got there? Well, we've made 18 according to the baler, and we know where 2 of those are, so we must have 16 here in the field. So not bad at all. 3,000 litres each gives us about 48,000. It'll be 50,000 litres by the time we have finished this last little bale. There we go. We'll get this one emptied out. In fact, we're just going to quickly turn before we do that, just to make sure it's not facing down the hill. We don't want that one running away as well. There we go. I'm going to stop. That's going to roll into one of those other bales before it gets too much further. But there we go. We're just going to turn things off there, I think. That has been a very successful episode. We'll get Runner over here and we'll just do a little wrap up. Well, Runner, thank you very much for your help today. You've been a star running back and forth looking after me a little bit because things didn't quite go to plan there with the baler. But in the end, it's done a pretty good job, and so did you. So thank you for your help. Thanks for getting that field fertilised as well. It's nice to get that all finished and out of the way. So appreciate your help, mate, and look forward to catching up with you again soon. There we are, all done for another episode of Spectacle Island. We've got both the grass fields all rowed up. This one's obviously baled. Got I think 17 bales we will end up. We've got the one more there to wrap. 2 managed to escape. You wouldn't think there was enough of a slope in this field to lose a bale, but there's definitely one down there somewhere. I'm pretty sure there's another one around this way. Can't see them down in there, so we'll just have to leave them there. They won't be coming back to us anytime soon. But very good to get that done, and lots more to do next time. We'll get the hay done, we'll have to get these all put into the shed, and want to make a start on that corn. So plenty of work to get done here. So like always, if you want to come and give me a hand next time, please leave a comment down below, and I look forward to welcoming another one of the subscribers into Spectacle Island. But as always, hope you have enjoyed that episode. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.